welcome to Well Crochet Designs Live. I've been struggling with how to get this to work. We don't need it that high. Let's drop it a little bit, that's better. We're trying to choose some yarn colours. I'm sorry about this, guys. There we go. There it is. Well, hello. Oh, I'm going to sit down a little bit. Oh, that's better. I didn't really need it that high after all. Let's drop it a bit. Oh, that's not dropping. Let's bring it down a little bit more. Hi, Anne. I hope you are well. I'm well too. Thank you for asking. Hi, Corrine. Hi, Elaine. Remember, guys, to put your live chat on and not top chat. Live chat gives you everybody's chat and not just one person's chat. Now, I'm sitting on an angle today. I'm all over the place because we are going to choose the color combination of our vest today. She screams, she yells, she carries on like a pork chop. And I just realized how many golden colors there are. That doesn't suit considering, hello. There's a lot of golden colors. But there's also a lot of colors that I've never used before. And there's actually two colors where one is from the lovely Roz from Passion Flower and the other one is from Tom from Tarndie Farm. So we have two fancy yarns in there. One, two, three, four, five cheaper yarns, and then just your normal Bendigo Woolen Mills yarn as well. I have a different array. The only yarn I don't have there, oh no, I even have cotton there. I do. This one here is a half cotton, half acrylic. So these are acrylics, acrylic, half cotton, half acrylic, Bendigo yarn, fancy yarn. But they are all 8-ply yarns. So being 8-ply means we can all create the items. It's a DK weight or a number 3 weight in your country. So whatever 3 weight yarn you have, you can choose similar colors to what I have here. I was going to put this blue in there, but I'm using that for something else. So no blue. Mind you, if we do have a blue, there's the cheaper version, but this one's a little bit more, it's nice, you know. Can I use that face? It's fancy face, you know. So we're waiting for quite a few people to get on. However, I do want to talk about, you may have seen in the photo at the beginning of this tutorial. Let's try live. It's not a tutorial, Mary. Come on, get it right. You may have seen the crown. That's the crown which I finished recording but didn't finish editing, so I apologize for that, guys. But it's finished, so all it needs is a little bit of editing and then I can upload it, which will probably happen on Monday now, and I do apologize for being late on that one. Who have I missed? I've missed Raylene and I've missed Elaine. Hello, Raylene and Elaine, looking for this for a summer top that don't need to wear a shirt underneath. Well, we don't have anything here right now. I do have one coming up on my website very soon, but that's a long way away yet. So I do apologize in advance for that. Elaine, I don't have any at the moment. Yvonne, hello, Pamela. Lovely to have everyone on. So cute. Thank you. So we actually have quite a lot of color combinations here, and I realize I have a lot of this color in stock, so if we don't choose this color, Elaine, is it Elaine who asked me? Yeah, Elaine, are you in a hurry for this top, hun? So I can't get it up on the website until I get it tested, though. But there is one in the background getting ready to be tested, like everything else. Look a bit, I am, you know why? Because I literally last night forgot to set this up. And then I thought, oh, we're going to do the color combination in about 10 minutes. That's great. And I thought, I forgot to set it up. So I'm tossing bags everywhere, ripping yarn down from top. And I was really annoyed because had I done it last night, I would have chosen more. I would have had time to choose more. But this is okay. There's plenty of colors there for us to choose from anyways. So we'll just choose one of these. We just won't, I don't think we'll choose the gold. She's flashing her gold pop. That's one that's coming up on the website as a pattern very soon. I know I say that about everything, but they're coming, I promise. This is just a big delay. So I was rushing around. So thank you for noticing, Raylene. I was rushing around thinking, and I'm lucky. You know what? I found Ross's yarn. I'd forgotten I even purchased this color. So I was really excited that I found that. And the very last minute, I found this pink yarn, which I purchased only a couple of weeks ago for something else, which I never used. So there you go. Don't you love it? And then I realized, I mean, I had all this other cheaper yarn in stock. We won't even go there, but it's there. I put it there to put it there because not everybody can afford the more expensive stuff. And I appreciate that. But you know what? You may not even have this kind of yarn in stock. And you may have, oh, hi, Middle, hi. And you may have more of your wools or your cotton-based yarns in stock. But if you have acrylic, there's acrylic available as well. So we are going to choose that in a moment, but not right now. And I know you're on Middle because you really want to be on, you really want to help choose. But Middle, heads up, there's no purple in there. I just realized I have no purple yarn, but I do have it. I just don't have enough for what we're doing. So I know you asked for purple on the other, what was that on Facebook? I think there goes my dishwasher. Sorry guys. Was it Facebook? I think you asked. And I thought, oh, purple. I don't have any purple. There's no purple. But you know what? Keep your options open for that Middle. We are making a lot of projects this year, and I'm this close to purchasing purple because I was looking for purple the other day. What was it for? Oh, it was for the crown, which I ended up using like a maroon in there instead. But I was looking for purple for the crown because when I looked at the crown on the king recently, I took two different photos, not two different photos, but two different looks of two different photos. And I thought one looks purple and one looks maroon or maroon or whatever, however you want to say it. So I just found a little bit of maroon or maroon in stash and I used that instead. But on his crown, on the base of his crown, he has like little jewels in there. Right on the bottom, there's a white fluffy fur looking thing, but it might also have a little bit of black in there, but I didn't want to overdo it. And then we had the little gold part. And in the tutorial, I messed up one side, but I put a little disclaimer up the top saying, put it in the 4th stitch and not the 3rd. I put this one on the 3rd and this one on the 4th. I'm going to take mine undone. Oh, the other way around. This one on the 3rd and this one on the 4th. I'm going to take mine undone because my thread is still attached and it's only the one row. And I might be able to fix it now. That's going up on Monday. I might be able to fix it. I was going to upload it late last night and I thought, well, I'm not going to have time to fix it at this hour of a night. Oh, you know what? Scratch that. I might be able to fix it on Monday morning. I'll take this undone and redo this top row. So scratch that. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to fix it Monday and it won't be noticed on Monday. But that's our gorgeous crown. I tried many different ways of making it. If you go and have a look at the king's crown, you'll notice there's a little bit of white in this yellow as well, in the gold. And sometimes the crown on one angle looked gold and then on one angle it looked like a silver crown. And I thought, well, what is it, silver or gold? So I thought, forget it. I'm not going to look at any more pictures. I'm not looking at the video anymore. I'm just going to make it in gold and pop the white down the bottom because I knew it was white down the bottom. It did have little specks of black in it or grey. But again, that could be lighting because every time I looked at different angles of the crown, it was a different colour. But I noticed there was a lot of green in there, right in the base there. There was a maroon and an orange of some sort. So I popped them both in. I think I put red in there instead of orange because I didn't have any orange. I do have orange, but I don't know where it is. I'm not looking for it, just for a little crown, right? So there you go. All right, so let's bring all this down. Who have I missed saying hello to? Oh, a lot of people. Margaret, hello, Margaret B or Margaret 1. Everyone's saying hello. That's great. No purple, sorry, but it is coming. It was Facebook, thank you. Hello, Carmen, lovely to have you here. You're on a good day, which is great. Royal Blue World substitute for purple, like the plastic clip on the box above. Oh, that one right there, that blue right there. Margaret, you're interesting, yes. And yes, okay. So you can use any color you want for your vest. What we're doing today, guys, is I'm asking all of you guys out there, every one of you, to help me choose a color combination of the vest that I'm going to create on the channel. In actual fact, which one I wanted to put on, but it was too dark to put on. But if you have this color in stock, It's called Blue Denim. I really love the blue denim, but I did struggle. I was having a play with it a couple of months back online. In fact, I did use it for, I've forgotten the name of it now. We did a Halloween play last year. Oh, not Lance the Vamps, the other one. Oh my gosh, I've forgotten his name. One of the puppets had a lot of the blue on him, and I found it a little dark online to look at. So what I did was I decided not to use this online anymore. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, if you have this one in stock, this would make the perfect little vest. I tell you, I'm looking forward to doing that, especially in the autumn or winter colors, or fall or winter colors, if you will. The coral looks pretty. The coral, actually, this one here, you mean? Is it that one there or this one here? Anyway, I'll show you a close-up of each one so you can have a look at them. But this one here, right here, that one there is from Roz, from Passion Flower. I went straight to her farm and did an interview with Roz. In fact, I'll pop an interview with Roz in the description box down below after the live. And I purchased this from her another time, and we'll talk about the color in a minute. This one right here, this one I purchased recently from Spotlight. For those of you who are in Australia, we have this yarn at Spotlight, and I'll talk about that as well. This one here is Tom from Tarndie Farm. This came directly from his farm, so that's very interesting. I find though with this particular yarn right here, can be a little bit thicker than the average 8 ply. So heads up, if you're using Tarndie Farm, your top might come out a tiny little bit bigger, not much bigger, because I noticed that when we did the Trebbleberry boxy jumper, I found that jumper really big for me, bigger than I thought it would come out, because I used the Tarndie Farm, which is okay. At least now I know to use a smaller hook. And once again, it's all about your tension, and it's all about your gauge swatch. You make sure you do a gauge swatch. I cannot stress that enough, guys. A gauge swatch is really important. I know people don't like doing them. I know, but it's the best thing you can do. Oh, look at all this. I've missed all the chat. Okay, darker coral, everybody's asking, tell me which one. Love that one, thank you, Carmen. Oh my fancy, yeah, it's all fancy. Some of it's fancy, some of it's basic. Yeah. Oh, Auntie T's in the house. Love it to have you here. Love it to have you here. You picked the right day to come on. We're doing a bit of fun stuff today. I'm thinking the dark coral from Passion Flower on the dark gold, or the dark gold from Tarndie. Yes, I know everybody's picking some beautiful colors. I spent $91 at Spotlight last week. Did you, Yvonne? As you do. Oh, that's hilarious. It's not hilarious. It's funny because I know I do exactly the same. So I don't go in there most times. I'm too scared. Gauge, says, who's that? Elaine. Gauge. She says, let's talk about a gauge. But you've picked the right time to come on, Auntie T. Today what we're doing is we're choosing a color combination of our one color open vest with buttons. Now, we hadn't decided yet whether it was with one button or whether it was with more buttons. Last week we did a little poll, but we might do another one again today because not everyone was on. It was Wednesday. I'm sorry, not last week. It was on Wednesday. We did a poll, and how many did we have for buttons? It says, here we go. We had 6 buttons, 6 for many buttons, 3 for one button, and someone did mention a zip, but I won't be putting a zip on it. They really are awkward on yarn. And if we decide to use a more softer yarn like the Tarndie or like Roz's one, or even like this light cotton one here, you can't put zips on those. They just bend and they make you look weird. So I'm going to avoid the zip completely. That doesn't mean in general I won't avoid it. Maybe in the future we might have a play with zips on garments and see how they go. Zips and wool, they kind of don't get along very well, I don't think. Zips and cotton you could probably get away with, but it has to be like a dense cotton, if you will. Zips and acrylic might go well, especially if it's a tougher acrylic, but I kind of don't like wearing much acrylic. Yet this is a 50% cotton, 50% acrylic, and I can wear it and not rash, which is quite odd because most acrylic I rash with. This stuff here I rash with. But the vest will be worn on top of a blouse or a shirt or a t-shirt or whatever I have in stock. it will not be worn on my bare skin. It may, who was that Elaine before asking for a top that covers up? That vest, I'm looking at the pattern, thinking about the pattern. Let me have a look at that pattern, Elaine, because that may be something that you may be able to wear. Actually, you may be able to wear it so it's not see-through, but it's like a vest. It will look like a vest. It will look like a vest, put it that way, yeah. Vest or a waistcoaty kind of thing, yeah, even. It will be straight down the bottom. It won't have like that little V that a lot of people do down the bottom. Let's go down here. That's my dishwasher going off in the background. Sorry, guys. I've left the door open today. I know I need to buy DK yarn, right? I don't have any other than the one ball of Bendigo 8-ply. If I'd given you two, you'd be able to do this. And I'll talk about that in a minute, okay? I would send you some over Middle, but it would take ages to get to you. No, don't even talk about that. Poor Middle had to wait so long for the last one. And we're not happy with the last one, aren't we, Middle? We're going to talk about that in a minute too, hun. Elaine, look at Mary's lilac lacy top. You can wear it. You can wear a singlet under it. That's right. You can wear a singlet under it. But this vest may actually cover up. Look, bear with me, Elaine. If you're still on, Elaine, let me know. And if not, I'd love to be able to contact you about this, because I think the vest we're making, it might be able to work. Don't remind me, it was ridiculous. Now, let's talk about that real quickly before we choose a yarn color. I sent Middle her winnings to the surprise that she had won. I think it was a second or third prize. For the life of me, can't remember. Oh, you are there, Elaine. Hang out a little bit, because on Friday, this Friday, we're doing a video vlog for the vest, and it'll show you, because I'll have part of it done now. Once we choose a color combination, I'll be able to play with it. It was third prize. Thanks, Middle. We'll talk about it in a sec. So, Elaine, let me play with it this Friday. If you watch this Friday's video vlog, you'll be able to see. I'll let you know whether I'll pop it up on, put it that way, I'll pop it up on the community board, letting you know whether it's, no, I won't. We'll just wait till Friday. I haven't started it yet, so I can't really say it. I've just been playing with the stitch, but I haven't checked to see if it's not see-through. With the way I've created it, it might not be see-through. It's a basic stitch, but it's made differently. So we'll talk about that on Friday. About Middle's prize or surprise, she got it sent to her, it was about a month ago. I can't remember. It was sat in limbo at Canada for like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks or so. I can't even remember now. It's a while back. All I remember is it sat there for a long time, and then they sent her a notification charging her extra. And what was the reason again, Middle? It was something to do with, they pick a one-off occasion, they pick a parcel out and they charge for something. Maybe they test to see if there's anything bad in it. My water's running over there. There's no one in the house. Why is no one here? The water's running. It stopped. It must be a washer issue. I'm thinking, wait a minute, there's nobody here. Well, there is, but they're not in the room. They're not in the side of the house. It was something to do with customs picking someone at random. Yeah, but I didn't understand what they were picking us for. Like, I say us because it's between me and you. And poor Middle had to pay extra because of something that they wanted to do randomly. And I'm thinking, what? That's ridiculous. The amount of money I pay for these shipping, you should not have to pay extra. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to look after Middle. But the point was, it shouldn't be done. I'm quite disappointed. Hello, Bernadine. Lovely to have you. Chosen the right day to come on. Hi, Fluffy. You've made it. I haven't chosen anything yet, so you've made it just the right time. Middle says it was $18.52 on top of the shipping that I'd already paid for, which I find, I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but the point was it could be a lot of money for people who can't afford that. And it's not fair, especially since it was a surprise or a gift, if you will. So you shouldn't have to pay if it's a gift. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to look after Middle. I did promise that I'd look after her in that area, but it's not right. It's not right. And I hope it doesn't happen again. Anyway, so everyone's picked the right day to be on, because we're going to choose the color combination of all these colors right here, not the rest of the room, just all the colors here that you see today for our open V vest. It's going to be one color only. So if you chose this color here has mixed colors in it, but it'll just be its mixed color. There won't be anything else in it. Won't be some creams or beige or browns or anything in it, which I think I purchased some brown to make a cardigan out of that. That's nothing to do with the channel. And I can't find the brown. So we're going to use it for the vest, if we use it for the vest. And this one here, I love very much. I love the way it sits on me, very similar to the one you see here. It's soft and hard at the same time. So it's kind of an in the middle feel. These ones here, a little bit harsh. All of these are a little bit harsh. They are 100% acrylic, and they are not the most expensive acrylic. They're not a soft acrylic. To be honest with you, I've never used it. Never, ever used it because I don't like using a cheaper yarn, right? I've had these in my stash, and you've seen them hanging around for so long. I can't even remember when I purchased them. But they actually are quite harsh. They're very dense or stiff looking when you create something. And this particular color here, that's actually only a new one that I purchased because I like the color. But when I opened the bag, in fact, the item is here. When I opened the bag and felt it, I thought, oh, why didn't I feel it firstly in another section? Because they sell them separately. But I bought them in the big packs. I bought these all in their big packs. So when I opened them, I thought, oh, not so much. But I would wear it anyway, right? And I'm going to make quite a few that I can sell as well. But I'll sell them cheaper than my good stuff, yeah? Then I thought, for the vest, why not put on all the cheaper stuff there? A little bit of the not so cheaper version here. And this way. I'm going back to front, and a little bit more of the expensive yarn here, giving you an opportunity to choose. If you have your expensive yarn, you can use your expensive yarn as long as you do the gauge. Okay, I know I say that 100 times, and I'll say it 101 times, that do the gauge. But make sure it is an 8 ply. If you're going to use a chunkier yarn or something different, your top is going to come out totally different. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But we are definitely using an 8 ply for this. And we're also using an 8 ply behind us there for our scrap vest as well, because that was our yarn from last year's temperature blanket. And I know a lot of people purchased a lot and ended up with a lot left over. So we're going to make a scrap vest using that yarn, all the colors from that blanket, which was a lot of colors. Yeah. So let's go all the way back down here again. I'll make sure I'm saying hello to everyone. Love the dark coral, dark color, dark yellow, light. Yes. We're going to take them all out one by one. I'm going to show you each yarn, and you can decide later, once we have a look at all the yarn, which color and which. It's going to be fun because, you know, you guys stir me up a lot when we do this. Perhaps in the Tim Tams we're tempting the border security guys. Will we open and inspect or not? Those naughty. I said cookies, I think, on there, or biscuits. I might have written biscuits on it because you've got to write what's in the pack, which is really eerie. Because what if you don't want to write? What if you're selling bras or something? You don't want to write that in the pack. You don't want to write that in the pack, yeah? I have no idea what it wasn't, but it wasn't cool. I have a tight budget. As it is, but thankfully Mary is looking after me. Yes, it's not fair, is it, Middle? Won't it lie differently? Yes, it will. Yes, it will lie differently. Got to go. All right, Middle, we'll catch you soon. Hi, Melody. Lovely to have you here. Where you picked the right day to come on. We're going to be choosing a yarn color today. Everybody says goodbye to Middle. I'm so glad you popped on, Middle, though. Yes, everyone's saying hello, which is fantastic. But so yes, it will lie different if you make certain types. So let's say, for argument's sake, you use the acrylic, which is I use this one, honestly, to play with. I use that one to play with. Okay, I've been playing with that one for a week, and it is like stiff as a board. So it kind of just sits there, and I think the more you use it, it's kind of like it's going to make creases and it's going to look a bit odd. But that doesn't mean anything. A lot of people can't afford the good stuff, so they purchase this one here, which in fact, that one skein does go a long way. 100 grams I used to make one front, which I've already played with. And I took it undone because I didn't like it. And I took it, not that I didn't like it, I didn't like the way it went in front. Mine was a little bit too low. But I sort of want it a little bit higher. And each size will come down a little bit different anyways to suit your length, yeah? But it sat like, it was pretty hard on. It was like sitting tight, right? But if you like that look, not tight as in tight, but it's like dense. It was a dense color. But if you like that look, that would really suit you, yeah? If you like something a little softer, you might want to go for your cottons, this sort of stuff, yeah? If you like something extra soft, you'll go right up to your Tarndies and your roses. If you want something that's kind of straight, flat, bang in the middle that sits nicely and is still firm and yet soft as well, then you can go for the Bendigo yarn. This is giving you an option of what you're looking for in the vest. So if you choose a tougher yarn, it's going to sit more strong, like it's going to have a strength about it. Not even a strength as in keeping up strength, but a dense thickness about it. Where if you go for something softer, it's going to sit nice and soft on you, yeah? If you go for something extra soft, then it's going to be a little bit too flouncy. I don't know, is that a word? Flouncy? Flouncy bouncy? Something that just flippy flops all over you, which is, you know, some people like that look too. Either way, they're going to have some sort of buttoning up in front. We still haven't decided what we're doing with that, which we're going to do after we choose a color combination. Let me talk about the yarn now. I've talked too much, haven't I? So the yarn, this one here, you know what, we'll start. That red, the blue, the green, orange, and that one there, all of this is the same brand, all right? So that's a Marvel yarn. It's one of our cheaper yarns here at our Spotlight store here in Australia. Now, this one is, and I'll tell you, is, oh, good on you. I didn't bring my glasses. I'll just read it from far away. It is, the meterage per ball is, I can't read it. I should have gone to get my glasses. 200 and something. How would you not put it on front where people can see it? I'll put it up to the screen and you can have a look. You know what? That's a good idea. I'll put it up to the screen. Have a look at that. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. Can anyone see that? Tell me if you can read that and I'll keep. I can't believe I didn't bring my glasses. Maybe I should just go get my glasses. Shall I go get my glasses? That's a pretty shade of blue. It is a nice, you can't read it. All right, don't go away, guys. Let me go and get my glasses and talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to look real professional now with my glasses. Yeah? Do you reckon? No, maybe not. Okay, I got them. Here we go. So now I'm going to look really professional. Just, you know, this is when I get into my, you know, the Superman thing, you know, where Superman puts his glasses on and he becomes this, like, serious nerd. Are you ready? Let's play. Let's have some fun. So anyway, as I was saying, I was thinking maybe we can try something new. And if we tried something new, it would be great. Let's do it again. Oh, you know who that reminds me of? Oh, I can't remember. Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin movie where Dean Martin was pretending to be the doctor. And every time he put his glasses on, he'd make that voice. Anyway, as I was saying, something very interesting is happening here today. And we are going to choose the colour combination of our very next project. Living it up. That's the one, Auntie T. I can always rely on Auntie T for movies, yeah? And that was hilarious. He was so good at it every now and then. And then when he got caught out, he's trying to, he got caught out. His voice changed. But that's me. All right, these are my glasses. I got these not long ago, and they're dirty. Of course they are. There's a patch of something. You know what that is? That's my face cream on my hands before I start the live. Oh, they're not coming off. That's not coming off at all. There's a noise in the house. There's some weird noises in the house today. The tap went off by itself before. No one knows what happened there. You know what? This probably has everything to do with that little mini earthquake that we had. I'm scared now. Can you hear it? What is that? I'm scared. Oh, she's scared. Oh, put the glasses on, make me look more smarter. All right, so are we ready? Oh, that's better. Now I can see them. All right. It is, oh, that's good, 217 meters per skein for this one. It says made in India. We get them from Spotlight here in Melbourne. It's definitely 100% acrylic. It is a little bit tough. It's a little bit harsh. So if you don't mind having the tougher skein, then, you know, it's one of those things. Well, we are all witnessing you're witnessing me change from one person to the other. So yeah, it's a little bit tough if you like this kind of yarn. Oh, Kiki's on. Hi, Kiki. I've got the glasses on. This is what I did before Kiki. I was talking normal and then I went, hello, everybody. We're all here deciding what yarn we're going to choose. I'm being a bit silly. All right, so here we are. So this one here is 270 meters per skein. I don't know what that is in yards. I know a lot of subscribers use the word yards. I'm starting to get itchy. Oh my gosh, we're in trouble. So I'm allergic to this. No, I'm not, because I use this all week to create. Might just be a bit of dust. All right, so that's this, and this. They're all the same. I'm pretty sure they're all the same. Let me take out one of these skeins and have a look. Because they're the same brand, they're exactly the same, 270 per skein. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 colors there, they are all acrylic and they are all the same 100% acrylic and 270 meters per skein. All right, that's that. Or 100 grams per skein, because I work in grams a lot. I actually never worked in meters. I still don't. And yards, I literally still work in grams, which is why people say, how many meters did you, how much, yeah, you know, what do you use for yards? And I'm thinking, oh, I don't know. I can't tell you. But anyway, so these are the cheaper yarns that you can get from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The cheaper acrylic yarns that you can get from Spotlight here in Australia. If you are here in Australia, you can get those cheaper yarns, yeah? Then we have, let's have a look. Now we'll go to the next one. Now this one here I purchased recently, and I remember talking about this on the channel. Yeah, this one here is a 50% acrylic. I'll show you close. 50% acrylic and 50% cotton. Now let me show you first. Have a look at that. How gorgeous is that? And it's got like, there's just something about it. It's a cotton, right? It's a basic cotton. Love the green. 270 meters is 295 yards. Thank you very much. Who said that? Who said that? Melody. Thank you very much, Melody. So 270 meters and 295 yards. And that one there is one skein, in one skein. What kind of store is Spotlight? Spotlight is one of our larger chains here, Carmen. It's like Hobby, and not even, it's different. It's a larger chain. It's a very large chain store. It sells everything from dressmaking gear to sewing to knitting, to crochet, to craft items like little paper craft items. It sells everything and anything, sewing machines, the works. It's got it all, right? So anything craft related that you're interested in, it sells it. The only thing I did notice that it didn't sell was the little purse clamps. They do sell sometimes they sell it, but not always. So I'm a little bit annoyed with that. May I choose the blue yarn that you just showed up, please? Hang on, we haven't got to that part. Who's that? Yvonne, we haven't got to that part yet. But if you want to choose that yarn for yourself, Yvonne, you're here in Australia, you know the Marvel yarn. That one there is actually in stock because that wasn't purchased that long ago, this one. So that's definitely in stock at Spotlight. But this one here is similar. In fact, it's the same as the one I'm wearing in a different color. It is a 50% of cotton, 50% acrylic. It is a lot softer than your acrylics here. I think the cotton does that. It is 95 meters per ball. For anyone out there wanting to know the yardage, just Dr. Google it, Uncle Google it, yeah, Auntie Google it, whatever. That's what I call it. I actually call it Dr. Google. But a lot of people do. And there's a bit of washing instructions, quite a bit of washing instructions on this one. But it doesn't matter. Initially, it's made in China. And this stuff here was made in India. So initially that's done in China. It is a soft, and you can actually see how this sits on me. So it's quite soft. I've just lost my shoe. It's quite soft as a yarn. I actually do like wearing this yarn. Whoops, turn it around. That's the name of this yarn. It's called Brighton. I know here in Australia we've got another cotton and it's called, I can't remember. I don't like it. It's a little bit more dense. This one here is a little bit softer. Some of it does tend to come off on your clothes though. Just heads up there. Flinders, that's the one. Thank you, Kiki. I don't really take well to the flinders, and that's a heads up. That's just me because it's me being fussy. I do prefer the Brighton if we're going to get cotton. So we've got plenty of that in stock. Now I'm going to talk about sizing and measurements later. But that's, you know what, I'll leave each skein out so that we can talk about it and I can show you. So that's that. And if you're going to use, I said I wasn't going to use this. That yellow that you see there, that's this one here. I'll take it out of the bag. That one here is a Bendigo Woolen Mills yellow. It's called Sunflower. Now, I don't know whether they still stock this. I'm sure they do. If not, they'll stock a yellow. This one here, we'll get a nice close-up right there. It's imagine me wearing yellow. It's very similar to gold, but not very bright yellow, right? And this one is 300 meters per skein. It's a 200-gram skein. By the way, that's a 50-gram skein. If you work in grams like me, that's 50 grams. That's 100, and this is a 200-gram skein. And this one is, this is a 10-ply. I don't know if I can use this one. I've got the wrong one. The one underneath is an 8-ply. Sorry, guys. Let's try that again. This one is 400 grams per, come on, Mary, get this right. 400 gram per skein. I don't know how the 10-ply ended up in the 8. See, that happens. That happens. But this is, gosh, I hope it's 8-ply. If it's not 8-ply, I can't use it. Yes, I can. It's 8-ply. I know I bought this, and I remember buying about 6 or 7 skeins. I was going to make a cardigan for myself for winter, and I never got the chance to do it. And I thought, why not make a bright yellow one? I never did it. And then I thought, well, maybe a cardigan in yellow is way too much. See, something like this where you've got a short sleeve thing, it looks good, but maybe yellow on me in a full cardigan might be too bright. So I thought this is a beautiful color for a vest, right? It's got 400 meters. It's 100% wool. It is their luxury sunflower, so it's beautiful and soft. I love the feel of this particular skein. And that, I don't know what meters 400 meters is, but we will see in yards. Sorry, I don't know what it is in yards. So there you go. Okay, let's go back. Fabrics. Oh, I've missed all the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. May I choose the, we were talking about the choice here. You're welcome, Elaine. Yes. Craft Fabric Store also sells blinds, curtains, linen. That's right, party stuff. Like Joanne. Yes, I think it is like Joanne's. Yes. Thanks. Like a Michael's store. Yes, Carmen, I heard people say Michael's is very similar to it. Do you have Lion Brand? I don't have Lion Brand. They do sell it here in Australia, but it's not readily available in an 8-ply. I have to literally go to an online store to purchase it. I can't find local stores that'll sell an 8-ply Lion Brand. I know Spotlight sells Lion Brand, but every time I go there, it's always the chunky stuff. And maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's the wrong day. I don't know. The cotton at Lincraft is really nice, though. Okay, that's nice to know, Kiki, especially since they got rid of our Spotlight, our Lincraft store here, a local one, which is really annoying. The brand of yarn is what I bought to make. That brand of yarn, what I bought to make the Gryffindor blanket. Okay, that's interesting to know. I got Lincraft Organic the other week, $3.50 for 100 grams. Using it for my wreath, I really like it. Oh, is that right, Raylene? I found the Lincraft Organic for me. I like it. I find it a little bit thick for the wreath. Is it my imagination? It's supposed to be an 8-ply, but I found it a little bit thick. I've used a lot of the organic online. I'm sure of it. Melody says 400 meters is 437 yards. Thank you, Melody. You're my Dr. Google today. You're my Dr. Google. It's quite nice. Hey, Raylene, I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, hey, Raylene, I was pleasantly surprised. Yes, okay, it is nice. Don't get me wrong. I actually like the that particular yarn. Actually, I remember using it recently. What was it for? When I'm testing the Pretty as a Peacock blanket for testing of the blanket. Yeah, I'm testing it with that. I'm not doing the whole blanket. I'm just doing parts of it. Using Bendigo Wool and Mills for the main cover, but all the other, all the little projects are anything. I used everything. Like for this one here, this one particular crown here, guys, if you haven't seen the crown, that's coming up on Monday. Now, I did create that yesterday, but I kind of messed up the videoing and I kept editing it to adjust it and fix it. And now I'm going to have to just redo this one row. So I'm just going to redo that top row. Over, you can see the mistake. One side I put the picot. It's not really a picot. It's just a chain one, I think, in the third stitch. And on this side, I put it in the fourth. So it's a little bit crooked and you can see that. But I'm going to redo it. Just that top row. It's only one row. If I just noticed it when I was recording it, when I took the photo, I thought it's just a little bit out of shape, but it wasn't. It's because and I saw it in the recording when I went to edit it at around 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I can't do any recording then because the daylight's gone and I get this bad sun beaming directly onto the, I say bad sun, not a bad sun, but it's the sun going down beams directly on the table where I work. So I couldn't fix it at 5 in the afternoon. And I said, maybe I'll just turn the lights on late at night, fix it at night. But the house was full last night. So I couldn't fix it then either. So I thought, you know what, I'll just add it up the top, which I did. So all it is I have to rewatch it and just add in some music and whatever. But now that I'm not uploading it till Monday, I'm going to change it so you guys don't see the mistake at all. I'll just redo the whole thing. It's just one row. It's just fixing one row. Had I noticed that about 3:30, it would have been all right. But I didn't notice it till late 4 or 5, whatever. Anyway, crown looks great. I know, it's so cute. And oh, that's right. As I was saying, Raylene, that's cotton. That's cotton. This is all Bendigo cotton. Everything's Bendigo cotton except this maroon right here. That is actually a Bendigo wool, but it was called one of my favorites from Bendigo, which they don't make anymore, the Stella range. That was called the Stella range. And I was looking at the Stella range for someone in the Bendigo page was after some Stella range, and I found some for her and shipped it off yesterday. So I was looking for her yarn, and when I was looking for purple, which I don't have any in stock, I have this one in stock, but it's a light purple, and I needed a darker one, yeah. And so when I was looking for the purple, I thought, oh my gosh, I can't find purple, but I found this. So it's not exactly a cotton. I don't know what it is now, but I'll talk about it on the video, and you'll know exactly what yarn is what. So I use that with that. So it's not cotton. Everything else is cotton except that bit right there. It's not wool. It's 50% something, 50% something else, or 95% something, 5%. I'll talk about it on the video, but the point is I used these two items that weren't cotton, but they were all 8-ply or DK weight. Just remember that when you're creating. If you have a 4-ply, a lightweight, or a 2-weight cotton, you can make that crown. It will be really tight, but it will be smaller for your wreath. Now, I bought the wreath in to show you. We're still looking at the yarn, guys. So to show you what it would look like on the wreath once done. So that size on the wreath would look like that. I don't know how I'm going to put it on yet. I said I was going to sort it out and show you, but I haven't. I'll sort it out and show you on Wednesdays live, I think. But there you go. So that's how it'll look on the wreath. So if you've got a 4-ply or a 2-weight, you can make that crown in a smaller version. It'll be a bit tight for you, a little bit awkward when changing colours. By the way, heads up, it's not for newbies. If you are struggling with crochet and you're new at crochet, or that colour change at the back, that's going to annoy you. It really will. If you find another way of changing your colours where you cut and paste, where you cut and add, that's fine. But if you're doing it this way where you're crawling up, that's going to annoy you. All right, so we've seen this yarn, and we've seen the Bendigo yarn. Let's talk about the other yarn, which is both Roz's and Tarndie's yarn. Yeah, Tom from Tarndie. This is Roz's yarn. So I love this yarn because I just love it, and there's no label on it. Hello. Let's get one with a label, Mary. There we go. I must have taken that label off or something. I don't know. Anyway, so this is the yarn. Hopefully she still creates this colour. It was about 1.5 years ago. I got fluff in my mouth and everything. It's about 1.5 years ago. And it's called Flowering Gum. Look at that. Perfect for autumn or fall, whichever country you come from. How gorgeous is that? I wonder what it would look like as a vest, especially the way I'm going to create it. Oh, something in my mouth now, a bit of fluff. So how pretty are those colours? I know you can always rely on Roz from Passion Flower to make gorgeous yarn. Now this colour is called Flowering Gum. It is 217 metres. Oh, she's got the yards on here. 235 yards. And it's approximately 100 grams. It might be, you know, give or take 2 or 3 grams. You know what it's like. So it's approximately 100 grams. So I calculated that I have just enough for a vest for me. I'd forgotten I even purchased this colour. So go figure. So I really like this colour. I really, really like this colour. So I'm going to put all the colours together. There's one more to have a look at, which is Tom from Tarndie. The gorgeous looking Tom. He's so attractive. If you've not seen his interview, I'll pop his interview link in a description box down below after the live as well. So I'll have Roz's interview and Tom's interview. They'll both be in the description box down below. They might go a little bit long, but with Tom's one, at least you get all the information about the Polworth sheep, which is the only wool that I can wear on my skin that doesn't rash for me. I don't know what it's like for you, but wool onto my skin directly does give me a bit of a rash. Flower Gum is still on her website. Thanks, Kiki. So, guys, if you're if we decide to do that, or if you want to purchase your Flower Gum, I've made a mess of 2 of his skeins, so I'm gonna leave them up there. It was my fault. I remember doing that. It's not his. This was my fault. All right, this one is called Persimmon, and I know that because I use this one on, what did we use this for? I don't think we used it on the channel. I think I used it for one of my fancy blankets that I sold quite a few years ago. I say fancy because it was a $600 and something blanket. That's how fancy it was. Fancy stuff. All right, 8-ply, DK weight, 100 grams, 180 meters. He doesn't have the yardage on here. So 180 meters. Dr. Google it, someone again. And it uses a 4mm hook, and it is an 8-ply or a DK weight. However, I've used his yarn before, and I find it better for me to go up a hook size. Having said that, the 4mm hook will make it look simply divine. So there you go. Have I done all the yarns? Or I've done all the yarns. Okay. I just haven't got all the colors out, so you can choose one. But I've done all the yarns. The actual item, kind of what they are. Yeah. So most of these ones here, you'll see, all of these ones here will be the same, and they'll be acrylic. And I've made a big mess of my stash, so don't judge me on my stash. This one here, we've used on the channel. We used it for the hat, for, oh, look, the green's there too. For the hat, for the wreath. Sorry about all the crinkling, guys. So that's that. What's the other colour? Oh, this green. And the gold. I haven't got the gold out on that one. I think the gold is very similar to Tom's yarn. So if I'm going to use the gold, I would use Tom's for me. But that doesn't mean anything. I'll take it out anyway because you might want to have a look at that one as well. I'm so itchy now. It's the dust. It's not the yarn. Because I worked with this yarn to practice the vest, the blue, on the blue, to practice the vest. Oh, so itchy. So itchy. All right, so I'm going to stand up here and we're going to have a look at all the colours that I have. All right. Oh, I took a green out when I didn't need to take the green out. There's that one there. Hang on a sec. Which ones did I? Oh, there's a lot. How am I going to fit them all in my hands? Oh, my gosh. There is a lot now. The pink. There's a yellow. I'm going to use the 10-ply yellow just to show you, but they're both the same colour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's one more. Red. Hang on. Have I got them all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's the yellow. There's that one there. Oh, I haven't got Tom's. Excuse me. Excuse me. And there's Tom. Oh, my gosh. I'm hiding that little pink. Don't hide the little pink down there. I think that's it. There's all the colours. Is that it? Is there any more? We got the other green. Yeah, I've got them all. Where's the other green? It's not in. It's not here. Yes, it is. It's there. There's two greens, isn't it? No, there's only one. Hello, Mary. Wake up. Okay, I think I've got them all. Look at that. Let's face Tom's around for now. Look at that. Actually, the yellows, they're all different colours. Let's bring that other one over. You're all going to collapse now. Look, it's all going to collapse. Let's do it like that. There's the yellows. Look at that. They're all different colours. And there's the pink, and there's a red, and there's your roses, and there's your greens, and there's your blues, and there's, oh, it's all there. Have I got it all? Tell me, guys, have I got it all? I can't remember now. I've missed all the chat. Let's go down. Beautiful, very beautiful. Those are some upscale yarns. Yes, yards is roughly 10% more than meters. Oh, thank you, Anne. I'm really drawn to the one from Passion Flower for the colour. It's pretty, isn't it? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. What a selection. So what we're going to do is choose one of these yarns, one of these colours, for the vest, and you can decide which one you want, and I will definitely wear the one that you choose. So that's exciting. Someone says Passion Flower already. Let's do all right, I'm going to have to do a little doodah here. Passion Flower. We've got two for Passion Flower. Oh, Passion Flower seems to be popular. So Passion Flower is this one here, for those of you wanting to know. So we've got two for Passion Flower already. I think Anne said that she liked Passion Flower. Is that right? Yes, so that's 3 for Passion Flower, 4 for Passion Flower. Oh, we got 4 for Passion Flower, which is that one there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So we got 4. All right, so these still here, guys. You need to help me choose. Bamboo, says Elaine. I don't know if I have any bamboo in stock, but nice try. I do, but I don't have enough for the vest. Pamela says Passion Flower. Oh, everyone's going for Passion Flower. I think we know what we're picking. Oh, I've lost track now. 5, 6, 7 Passion Flowers. 8. Is it 8 Passion Flower? 8. Gee, I have a funny feeling. 9, 10. I think we're going to pick Passion Flower. What say you guys? Oh, Rosalind will be very impressed. Oh no, I got all this selection here. Oh, what a shame. But that's good because I love Roz's yarn. You know that. I've made a mess here. It's all collapsed. I'm going to have to spend ages fixing up the room later. This is the yarn we're choosing. I'm not even going to let anyone choose anymore. Let's take another look at the colours. Are they not simply divine? Divine. Now, the best part about this little colour, because we're making a vest, we can create this for autumn or fall, and also for something to wear in winter. And also even, I think even, you could wear that late spring. Let's try early spring. Not late spring. Late spring is too hot. Early spring, you could even wear that. I am very excited, guys. You have just, like, I'm excited. I'm going to get back to my voice now. Get back to my voice. It is simply divine. Let me tell you some specs again. I should be very impressed. It's 100% superwash wool, DK weight, 8 ply, or a number 3 weight. It's 100 grams approximately, 217 meters, or 237 yards per skein. I have 4 skeins. Okay. Now, okay, what I did with this yarn here would work up for me to be between 320 yards. Let's try meters. I'm sorry. Let's try grams. 320 grams to 350 for the vest. Now, I'm an extra large these days, maybe even a 2 extra large, but we won't go there. Are you big Kev? I'm excited. I know, right? Key's got nothing on me. And I actually am a big Kev these days, but we won't go there. The flowering gum is lovely. I'm going to have a chat with Roz and let her know that's what we have chosen. If you are wanting to purchase that, do let Roz know. If you're speaking to her personally, let her know that it was because of us here at Wild Crochet Designs. I'll actually let her know as well. But I have 400 grams, and I think 350 to 400 the most would be enough for most sizes. I think if you're a 5 extra large or something like that, or 4 extra large, you may need to get more. But I think 400 grams, oh, you can probably even, maybe 3 extra large would have to go up as well. But I know maybe not, because I'm extra large and maybe even almost a 2 extra large, and still with that particular yarn, again, it's different yarns, so you got to be careful. Different yarn has different amounts because it's the way it sits on you. Yeah, so you've just got to be careful of that. Now I'm going to have to redo this in this particular yarn, the start of it, so that I can let you know exactly how many meters to buy, or how many yards to buy, or how many grams. I'll be working on grams. Yeah. However, if you know yourself and roughly how many grams you usually use for a top, just figure out pretty much what it would be like to not have the sleeves on the top and just have it as a vest. You will know pretty much how much you would need. If you want to wait till Friday, I'll have all the specs all set up by Friday. Yeah, we'll be doing a video vlog on Friday, and you'll get the opportunity to see part of the vest. I'll have part of the vest already started by Friday, and then you'll be able to see what it will look like. And so I don't mind giving away the look of it right now, because it's a basic look with a basic stitch, and it's one stitch all the way through. And I'd like to say you don't have to mess around with count. You don't in general for the middle bits, but for the front bits, you kind of have to be really careful with count. Nothing worse than you get the count wrong here, and you get all the way down here, and this part of your vest sits here, and that one there sits right down here, and you don't know what you've done wrong. So I do admit that the best way to keep your count is to actually keep your count, yeah, just to watch it, keep an eye on it. And if you're anyone like me, who's a little bit slack, well, not slack, I'm a busy girl, I don't have time for this, and you don't count every row, at least count every second or third row. I did with something else, I counted on the 5th row, and I made a mistake at the beginning of the 1st row. I had to take undone 120 stitches per row. So don't let yourself, it was more than 120, but we won't go there. But don't let yourself get into that little rut where you don't count, and then all of a sudden you have to take undone thousands of stitches because you didn't count. So keep an eye on your count. Friday we'll have all the specs. This is going to be our vest this year. And I said it was going to be a one color vest, but if you look carefully at it, that's not exactly one color, is it? But it is a one color vest scheme. So you won't have to use any other colors. If you have a variegated like this in stock, something similar, you can use that all the way through. No adding, no changing, no cutting and tying of ends and all that jazz. You will be when you finish your one skein, of course. But other than that, if there's no knots, you are laughing all the way to the vest. Not the bank, the vest. Because we will have that vest. I'm very excited that we chose this one, because between the pair of us, I was going to choose, and this is my tip, either that one, Tom's, or there's 4 of them, or the cotton, or the Bendigo. So these were the 4 colors that I was interested in, and the fact that you've chosen one of them from my 4 colors just makes me happy. And I do actually love Roz. If you didn't know Roz, I think Roz is entitled to another visit. Shall I visit Roz again, guys? What say you? Shall I visit Roz again? I think I should visit Roz. I think we better visit Roz. What do you reckon? Shall I visit Roz? Shall we do a video where I go and visit Roz? I reckon we should. I don't know if she'll want me there. I tell you what, if I bring cakes, I don't think she'll mind. Melody says yes. I reckon I should go visit Roz. But I'm scared, because if I visit Roz, I end up buying more yarn. And it's not good. Absolutely. We're stealing a sheep this time. I know, right? I really wanted to take one. I actually wanted to take one of her cows, but she wouldn't let me. She wouldn't let me. I didn't know I was going to get it in the car. I got a really small car. I'm a really small person. I'm tiny. I don't need a big car. Look, everyone wants me to visit Roz. Oh, Roz is going to get a little phone call from me. Well, she knows I don't phone call her. We message each other. It's easier. Look at that. Everybody's saying yes. A pinch of sheep along the way. You reckon she'll notice? 20 sheep in the back of my car. Mary, what? What's in your car? Nothing. What's with those sheep there? I don't know where they came from. Roz is gorgeous. She's an absolute, if you didn't know Roz, personally, I hope she doesn't get embarrassed by this. She is the sweetest, kindest person I know. And I'm not lying in that area. She is just a lovely lady. You cannot go past this lady. If you know her, you'll know what I mean. She is absolutely adorable, an absolute saint. All right, and that's enough talking about Roz. Not really. Poor Roz. She's lovely, Roz. I'm not going to clean up. I'm just going to pop some yarn. I'm going to make my stash a little bit messy, only because I want to get it off the table. I don't want it on the table anymore. Because we've got to work. We've got to get down to business now, guys. Strictly business, yeah? Not really. You know I like to have a lot of fun. And that's the joy of, you know, if you have a job where you can have a lot of fun with it, even if you don't like a job, have a lot of fun with it. Make it fun because, you know what? You've got to laugh. You've got to smile. Roz is so sweet and lovely that she's forgiven for making Mary sneeze all the time. She's simply divine, Roz. In actual fact, I don't break out in a rash with this, but I haven't worn it on my skin, to be fair. I wear it always with a T-shirt or a blouse. I've gotten used to wearing things with a T-shirt or a blouse on purpose so that I don't break out in a rash with everyone's yarn. And I don't want to be explaining who I've broken out in a rash to. My father put a sheep in the trunk of my cousin's car one time to take it to another farm, stopped at the pharmacy, and people thought we were crazy. Oh my gosh. And it survived in there. Oh, that's amazing, Bernadette. Is that the flower gum? Yes, it is the flower gum. Let me turn it around and show you the label. That is the flower gum. That's the one she made for me. And I can't for the life of me remember when we did this. I knew it was when we went to the farm. It might have been after the farm, I think. We need to convert Roz to crochet. I know, right? Roz is lovely, but the fact is I can't say it. Let me put my glasses on. She's a knitter. Achoo! Let me take it off. Roz is a knitter. No, don't quote that. She has crocheted. And she showed me some of her crochet in the video, in the interview. So I'm gonna write this down because I'll forget. Can't believe how many passion flowers we got. We've got 10 passion flowers and not one for any other color. She's gonna be so happy. So Roz and Tom, we're gonna put both those interviews in the description box down below after the live, and you can click on those. Now, Roz's interview was a lot quicker than Tom's. Tom's a little bit more in depth because Tom actually, they have the sheep on the farm that they use to make their yarn. And he's a one-man band there. I mean, he's got his family around him and they all help with the business. One does this for the yarn, one does that with the yarn, one does this, and they all do things with the yarn, and it's a family business. And honestly, the whole family are absolute sweethearts, you know, and there's a lot of noise in the house today. I'm really worried about this house. It might have had something to do with the earthquake the other day. Taps are going off by themselves and something's crawling around in this room, which is scaring me. And that was just something on the roof you just heard now. That was just, you know, trees and stuff. I hope so. If you go back to interview Tom, again, we need to steal his mum, not a sheep. Oh, his mum's an absolute sweetheart, isn't she? But if you were to touch, and I couldn't help myself, the Polworth sheep, oh my gosh, it's to die for. They are simply divine. Their sheep, their wool, their fur, whatever it is, the wool, it's just beautiful. And it hasn't even been worked on yet. Like, they haven't worked on it and fluffed it up and made it nice. Hi, Kimberly. Oh, Kimberly, you've come in just the wrong time, darling. We just chose the yarn for our vest, our one colour vest, which is supposed to be one colour, but it's kind of multicolored, come to think of it now. But it is a variegated look. And I simply cannot wait to see what it looks like now. You've got me really, you know what's going to happen after the live, don't you? I'm going to pop my chairs up, pop this on the chairs and unravel my yarn. I need to get myself a Swift, yeah? And then I'm going to start working on this tonight. Well, that depends. We might have visitors tonight. You know, the children come. They come over. We make coffees. We make dinner. And we have cakes and ice creams and all sorts of things. Well, I better go shopping because I haven't got any of those. I do have coffee. I have coffee. I have plenty of coffee. But there you go. So I'm sitting on this chair so badly. This is hurting my back. So I'm going to readjust myself and readjust everything and sort everything out. And I'm just so glad. We were going to do another yarn antics, but I changed my mind on that because I didn't get the crown out yesterday. And that was a last minute change. So I'm just going to check what we had planned this week. The Friday was the vlog, the lining to the bag, pattern writing, and then the crown. So we're not going to do another live antics today. I did say we were going to, but I'm going to hold it out till next Saturday. Now, the other thing is next Saturday is the weekend before Pipeworks, which means on the 17th of June and the 18th of June, which is a Sunday, it doesn't affect you, I'm going to be at Pipeworks, so I won't be able to do the Saturday mornings live. So this Friday, I'm doing another scheduled live. It will be 10 a.m. in the morning. I better write that down. I know I was doing it, but I didn't write it down. It'll be 10 a.m. in the morning, and it'll be a scheduled live right here in this room because this room's available that day, which is an absolute bonus. It's not always available. It just happens to be available this week. I did a scheduled live, not last Monday, not Monday just passed, the Monday before. It was last Monday. So not the Monday that just passed, the Monday before, I did a scheduled live at 10 a.m. on that day. Now, I was tossing up when to do our scheduled live for instead of Saturdays for 4 weeks. Only 4 weeks. We'll go back to Saturdays again, unless, of course, you like the other times. I don't know. It's up to you, right? But we are going to, I've decided instead of choosing which one we want, I've decided for 1 week to do it on a Monday and the next week to do it on a Friday. The other week will be the Monday and then the next week will be the Friday, giving everyone an option to get on when they want. So if you can't make the Monday, you can make the Friday. Don't forget, we still have our Wednesdays live. So it's going to be 2 lives a week again, but in the middle of the week instead of, beginning and the end of the week, really, instead of Saturday morning for 4 weeks only. After that, we will go back to doing our Saturdays lives. All right. If everyone decides that they don't like Saturdays lives anymore, we can just do them on the Friday or on the Monday. Like that. We can dance it all the way through the live. The only problem with doing that all the time is that it does go into my tutorial times. So it stops me from doing tutorials. This week I've worked around them because I'm doing a vlog Friday night. That can be done directly after the live, so it doesn't matter. On the Monday, for the next 2 weeks, I'm doing pattern writing instead. So I can still do the lives then as well. This gives me an opportunity to work around that. It's not up to us, Mary. It's whatever suits you. Well, that's true, Kiki. But also I want to be able to make sure that I'm not the only one sitting here talking to myself. I still need to have a few of you guys on to have a chat with. Otherwise, it's pointless doing the lives, yeah? Pointless, yeah? But I know what you mean. It's the timing is up to me. And I can do either Monday or Friday, right? I did prefer to do Fridays for the 4 weeks. However, I can still do 2 weeks Monday, 2 weeks Friday, giving everybody an opportunity to get on. I don't know. It's up to everyone else. I'm a bit worried about doing Mondays because I know some of my other crochet channels that I like also do Mondays at 10 a.m. And I don't want to, I don't want to get into their time. I want them to have their time, yeah? It's not fair. You want to share it with everybody. Are you sure we haven't been a figment of your imagination the whole time? You probably have. I bet you're all my brothers and sisters. I haven't got any brothers, but still. Sisters and family. You're probably all my cousins, and I don't even know it's you. You're just pretending to be who you are. I'll see you all next week. Elaine, we will see you next week. But before we do, I'm not heading off yet, but before we do, just wanted to let everyone know on Monday we are now doing the crown because let's try the right way first. This is the back of it, so you can see the back of it. But that's going to be stuck down to your wreath, so it won't be a problem. And that's the crown. We're doing that on Monday now, which we should have done Friday. We should have done Thursday, but we won't go there. We should have done on Friday, but we didn't. So we're going to do that on Monday. I better change that from, I put short. We're going to put crown there instead. We're supposed to have been a short there, but I'm going to change it. crown on Monday. Tuesday I'm doing pattern writing. Wednesday will be the live. Thursday we'll definitely doing the lining to that bag. I'm not leaving it any longer. Plus I need it for Pipeworks. So Thursday we're definitely doing the lining to the bag. On Friday we are having a live at 10 a.m. in the morning, but later on in the afternoon you will get the video vlog talking about the vest, talking also about not just the vest, but also about some pricing and how to price things. This is my version of pricing. That doesn't mean you use that. It means that you have an opportunity to try that for your stalls, if you want to do stalls or whatever you want to do. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to give you the price of each item I make. That's ridiculous. I'm just going to teach you or tell you how my work gets priced. But it doesn't always get priced that way either. And I'll talk about that in the live, as in the vlog as well. That's a whole subject that's, look, that can be its own tutorial, to be honest with you. If I find it's too big, I'll just pop it up somewhere else. Talking about that, because there's a lot involved with pricing your items, and you need to decide, like if you're making a little purse and it's only going to take you an hour to make, let's say you're fast crochet, it takes you 15 minutes to make. How do you price that when you're working on an hourly rate? These are things that you need to cut down for yourself. I'm going to give you like the basic standard hourly rate and then the times 3. I'm going to give you those 2 basic standards. And then you guys decide for yourself. You don't say, oh, Mary, how much does this cost? I'm not going to do that. It's not going to happen. You have to do that for yourself. But I will give you the basis of it, and you can say, oh, is that why she's so expensive? That's why my stuff is expensive, because I make sure I don't shortchange myself. There are a lot of cheaper people out there making a fortune because they're selling their gear for cheaper, but then shortchanging themselves as well. So they're not exactly making the right amount of money that they need for a full-time salary. Does that make any sense? Yeah. Okay. That's a very valuable thing to know, Mary. Thanks. Oh, what are we talking about, Bernadine? What did I miss? Did I miss the, was about the pricing? Oh, Sherry, you've come in about a few minutes too late. We've already chosen the beautiful color combination of our very next, well, our very next big project. It's not a big project. It is a big project. It's just not one of our little small projects like our crown, which I keep showing because people keep coming on. Yeah. Oh, the pricing, yes. So there's many versions of pricing, but I have to say, because my daughter, she's in the industry where she knows things. I don't know how she knows this stuff. I'm just so backward, I suppose. And she says to me, Mum, that's not the way you price. This is the way you do it. So she shows me and I went, I can't work that out. You do it. So I send all my, everything I make, I send to her and say, what would you price that for? She says, right, give me the hourly rate. Give me the time. Did you work at nights? You're going to be paid electricity. Did you work during the day? You know, and I'm thinking, oh, but I can't charge people electricity. Yeah, you've got overheads, she says. You use your lights, yes. You've got overheads. And I went, oh, what? By the time she's finished, I'm thinking, I can't charge people that. She says, yes, you can, and you will. She's the boss, you know. I'm just the person who sits in a corner and rocks in a rocking chair and crochets, and especially since I don't have a rocking chair, but that's beside the point. I'm the person who does all the crochet bit. She does all the business side of it. I wouldn't have a foggiest about business in that area. That's her job. I leave it to her. But when she showed me, I made her sit down last weekend with me and go through just a basic, like her version, but a basic version of it. So it's not a complete version of it. I can't give you the full version because I don't understand the full version. She cuts down in point forms and this and that and everything. And I'm thinking, what is that? There's so many numbers in that number. What is that? She said, don't worry about it. This is what you focus on. So she gave me a basic version of what, to show you guys that this is what you focus on as a standard base. And then you can work around everything else like overheads and whatever time if you have to drive out to purchase the yarn because they can't deliver it that day. You're going to put everything that you do for that one project, for that one person. It all has to be included in the project or you are shortchanging yourself. I'm not talking about that anymore because that's going to be discussed on the video vlog. What I am going to talk about is this gorgeous yarn. It's simply divine. Roz is going to hear from me this week. I'm going, everyone take care. Okay, Yvonne, we will catch you soon, darling. You take care. And we will see you all on Wednesday, yes. And on Wednesday, I will have, not some of this, I will have, what did I say on Wednesday? I should write this down. Should have written it down. I'll think about it in a minute. Have a wonderful week, ladies. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone's going. Everyone's going. You don't have to go. You can still stay if you like. But if you want to go, that's fine. I'm still on. So we still want to talk about a few things. I'm going to have a great day. I'll see you, Bernadine. Have a great day. Don't forget, guys, that this is the yarn that we have chosen. You don't need to have this yarn if you don't want to, but I'm sure Roz wouldn't mind if you ordered it from her. Oh, that's right. Wednesday, I would know exactly how many grams. I did say for Friday, but I think I'll let everyone know by Wednesday how much you will need of this. It's different than the other one. I'm not going to say they're the same. But if I was going to say they're the same, for two extra large or extra large or two extra large, if they were the same, 320 grams to 350 grams if they were the same. But I'm not going to quote them as being the same. I'm going to play with this week and let you know. All right. I will miss Wednesdays as I'll be working extra long afternoon shifts. Oh, I know. It's been tough for you, Kiki, hasn't it? How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling better at the moment. But there you go. All right, keep your eyes peeled for the video vlog on Friday. You will see, if I'm fast enough, you'll see the one front. But don't quote me on it. You'll see the stitch. At least you'll see the stitch. But if I'm fast enough, you'll see one side of the front. I think I'll be able to do it. Oh, by the way, when I did test with this one, it was only a waist length vest. Keep that in mind. If you want to make it a hip length, you need to add. All right. I will give you an extra measurement to add to the hip length if you want to. I haven't added for the hip length, so I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly how much yarn you will need. I'm trying to convince myself I'm feeling better. Oh, you keep doing that. They talk about the power of the mind, Kiki. Keep doing it, hun. Keep doing it. Yeah, keep using that power of the mind. All right, so this is the yarn we're using. I'll keep talking about that every now and then. I'm so glad I did the Dean Martin thing where I went like this and I started talking in a different voice because I'm so much more professional. I'm always professional when I'm talking with my glasses on. All right, so don't forget, guys, we are still working on this. In that video that I created this with, I said I was going to talk to everyone on Saturday's live about missing one project. And I bet, I'm going to do a bit of a poll here. What project from the beginning of the year that is a day where I should have made something for it and didn't? We made the balloons for my birthday. We made the heart for Valentine's Day. We got the butterfly for the green one for St. Paddy's. There's one day in the past 5 months that I didn't create for. Well, I did for the channel, but I didn't for the wreath. And I said, we're up to date now. We're not. We've got one more. And it dawned on me when I was making the crown, what else happened? Is it going to be vertical? Oh, Corinne, you're going to find out on Friday. Not Australia Day, but that's a good one too. Easter. Thank you, Raylene. I didn't make anything for Easter. Well, I did for Easter in general, but not for the wreath. Easter. Well, Mother's Day, I didn't make anything. No, you're right. I didn't do it for Mother's Day, but I'm using the beanie, I think it was, the scarf and the beanie. An egg. Maybe we'll make a little egg to pop on there. I thought about that, Sherry. I thought, well, an egg is basic. It's oval. It'll fit. It's so funny. When I was creating the crown, I thought, well, I'm up to date. I've done all the days that suited as well. And I said, no, I haven't. Forgot about Easter. How can you forget about Easter? I suppose that was actually Easter Sunday. I was supposed to have Easter here. And nobody came because I got sick. So, well, I couldn't come. I didn't want to give I didn't know what it was. I didn't want to give it to everyone. I knew it was flu, but I just didn't want everyone to catch it. And it was a really bad one, and we all suffered. The whole family did. Like Andrew had something totally different, but we all suffered that week. It was a really bad week. So we were all pretty sick. So no one came here for Easter. We did not have Easter in our house. First time in years. Even when other families don't come over to our house, we still have our very own Easter. We didn't. We sat on the couch, curled up in a ball, sick as dogs. That's a silly saying, sick as dogs. Dogs aren't sick. Dogs are cute. But there you go. So we didn't have an Easter, and that's probably why it didn't click. The other day, we were trying to work out, there was something on our bill, something on our, list, and it was $100 and something worth, and no one could vouch for it. Who was this company? We couldn't work the company out. And the reason we couldn't work it out was because Andrew was well on Easter Saturday. So we got him to pick up the fish that we were going to make during Easter that we ordered in. We had all this fish in the freezer, yeah? So he went and picked this fish up. He put it in the fridge, but a lot of the fish had leaked in the bag. A lot of the water part had leaked and went on the docket, and he threw the docket out. Or we all threw it out because we threw the leaking bag out, right? So the fish store in the place that we go to isn't the same on the bill. The bill is a different name because it's a franchise, obviously, right? So we couldn't work out who it was. And we were typing it up in Google and nothing would come up. It just said it's a business name for this person, but it didn't say what they sold. I think, how can they not tell us what they sold? And so we thought someone was ripping us off. Anyway, we checked the date and we're staring at the date. And I said, well, hang on, we're all sick with flu. How could we have gone to the shops on Easter Saturday? And I couldn't, it didn't dawn on me. And literally in the middle of being unwell as well, our fridge hacks up. So we asked a brother-in-law to come and collect the fish from the freezer and take it home and put it in his freezer. And we actually had to put it in a bag and left it at the door because we didn't really know what we had, right? We just assumed it was flu. And he picked the bag up, put it in his freezer, and even the fish was missing from the fridge because the fridge broke down. We threw the fridge out. We didn't throw it out. We just got someone to pick it up, right? And we got a new fridge, and we never stacked that fish. No, we did. We asked him to bring it back, but that was after all the fuss. So we couldn't marry the two up. We said we had no fridge. We didn't buy any food, which we had. We'd bought the fish, but I'd forgotten about it because when we ended up using it for the Greek Easter the week later. And actually, to be fair, we did throw some of it out because it was way too much. So it was just hilarious. We couldn't work out the bill. And I'm so glad I can really think about things. And I said, Saturday, Easter Saturday, what happened? And we had to sit there and think about what happened on Easter Saturday. And we had asked Andrew, because we were unwell, to go and pick up the fish Easter Saturday. So it took me a little while to work out that was the price of the fish. And it took us a long time to work it out because it states that it came out on our statement that came out on the Saturday. And I couldn't work it out. But it did take me long. It took us probably maybe 3 or 4 days to work it out. Literally couldn't work it out. But anyway, we are creating an Easter egg for Easter. I'm actually cooking the calamari. Oh, are you really? You're doing it now? Oh, honey tea. Did you break them up in bags or are you just cooking all of it? Now, Auntie T bought the calamari for Easter, and I had all the fish. We were making fish that day. We were frying up some fish or grilling some fish. We hadn't even decided yet. And we were doing like a pasta forn or a lasagna. We're using macaroni, yeah? That kind of thing. We were doing that, and we had it all arranged. I had everything. I had all the ingredients. I ended up doing the pasta the week later for the kids anyway, so that wasn't a problem. But the fish, there was so much fussing over this one bit of fish that we had purchased and the fridge and the fact that we're all sick. That all happened in the same 3 days of each other. So it was really, we weren't focused. Neither of us, all of us were thinking, I didn't spend the money. You didn't spend the money. No one spent the money. Here's what's going on. And it took us a while, but we worked it out. So that's why I forgot about Easter and the reef, because we never had an Easter here in our house. Maybe we should do an Easter. What month are we in? June. We should do an Easter in June. We should do an Easter in July. We'll call it Easter in winter. Winter Easter. For us, our Easter is in autumn or fall, if you will. But we could have one in winter. We could just do it. Just do it. Just do it. It's like the Roz thing. Should we go visit Roz? Yeah, just do it. Just do it. See, this is how I live, guys. I'm very compulsive on the spur of the moment, because you don't know how life's going to go from one day to the next. You can't judge. When your time is up, your time is up. So what I say without hurting anyone, have a good time. That's what I say in your life, because one day when the jig is up, it's up. You're done. You're up to the heavens or wherever you want to go when you finish your life. So whilst you're here in this world, it's starting to become a morbid conversation. Whilst you're here in this world, have a good time. Just don't hurt people, you know. Just be nice. Be kind, you know, be kind. Anyway, let's get back to Roz from Passion Flower. She's going to get a message from me via Instagram. I do know that she's been doing a lot of country stalls, or, you know, stalls closer to her area, because she's not a local. She's not here. She's not far. She's not completely far. It took me, the last time I went to see her, it took me 1 hour and 20 minutes to get there by car. So if I had to go by public transport, I couldn't, because you'd get there and then you'd have to walk hours and hours to get to her farm. Yeah. But by car, it took me 1 hour and 20 minutes. So it wasn't too bad. I don't know if I can travel in one place for that long of time these days. I get really tired sitting for too long. She says that she does 1.5 hours live twice a week. Yeah. So that's one thing I don't know if I'll do. It's okay when you're just sitting, but when you're sitting like this the whole time, all the way there, look like Kramer from Friends. I mean, from Seinfeld. I've got Friends and Seinfeld mixed up. I could actually go and visit her and we could have a chat about this particular yarn. In Australia, 1 hour and 20 minutes definitely isn't too bad. I know, right? That's actually close if you think about it. 1 hour and 20 minutes is close. In comparison to how far people are, 1 hour and 20 minutes is close, yeah? But anyway, so I'm going to give her a chat and see if she will have me there. Again, I'm not sure, because she actually does do a lot of stores, but I'll keep it in mind and I'll question her about it. I did say to her once, I'm due for a visit. She said, yes, you are. So that was I don't know, a few months back. So maybe she'll say yes. So Passion Flower, the yarn I'm using is Flowering Gum. This is the color we're going to have our vest. And I cannot wait to start. I am like itchy fingers. Look at me shake. That's on purpose. This is more. Can you see the shaking? That's excitement shake now. The adrenaline's pumping. I'm like, I could probably get the whole vest finished tonight. No. That's silly. That's silly. But you will on Friday, when I do the video vlog, get to see one front or half the front or whatever. And that will be, it actually won't be the finish look of it. So don't look at it and think, well, is that all it is? It's not going to be the same, because it's going to have a front. It's going to have something at the front there too. I'm excited to see the vest too. So it's going to be a very basic look, but it's still going to look nice with the way I created. I hope that makes sense. And it is going to have a border row, and I haven't decided whether to do the borders here because we always do the normal ribbing of, you know, chain 1, single crochets across and cross across. We don't do a lot of the front post, back post, double crochet, or front post, back post, half double crochet. So we may do that on the border of the front. I haven't decided whether to put the border on the bottom row as well. These are things that I still haven't thought about. So, excuse me, I can't really give you the exact amount of yarn yet until I really sort that out. But the actual stitch is a basic stitch. So heads up, it will be basic. The only thing that'll make it stand out is 2 things. One will be that ribbing in the front. And now the fact that we're using this color. That is really, I don't know what look it's going to give now. I'm a little bit nervous. Don't you love it? She gets nervous. She makes something like this, and then she has to make a simple vest, and she gets nervous. And you know what? The funny thing is, even when I'm making something like that, I was really stressed about this crown this week. All I could think of is, I don't have purple. I don't have this color. I don't have that color. She's got purple on this. There's red over here. There's green there. There's an orange there. I don't have. And then I thought, wait a minute. It's just so small. You can't put too much on it anyway. So make it look as simple as possible, right? And that's what I do with everything from the sweater to the vest to that little tiny crown. Someone said to me, maybe it's because you're a perfectionist. Not so much. I can be messy. Yeah, I can be messy. So maybe it is because when I'm working at that particular project that I'm a perfectionist. I'm not a perfectionist in everything. If you saw this room, it's like a an earthquake happened and it stayed that way, even though we did have an earthquake. But a real earthquake where everything is just on the floor. That's what it looks like. Looks like strawberry sherbet. It's more of a darker color than the strawberry. It's more, you've got like, I really don't know what to call it. It looks very autumny or fally if you're from a different country. It's very autumn colors. Yes. And we will talk about a name very soon. What? They're saying, what? What name? What name? Well, we've got to name it. It looks quite dark on the website. It is relatively dark. It's more orangey than anything. Like there's tinges of brown in it, tinges of, I don't know, a grey maybe. Because brown can come across as grey, can't it? You've got a little bit of peach in there, right there. It's actually probably just the white where some of it was dyed. Shall I open up? Let me open it up. Maybe we can have a better look when I open it up. We'll have a better look. Let's see. Well, don't mess it up because you want it to come undone properly. All right, so there, that's open. So it's a little bit lighter when you open it up, but there is specks of brown in each color. So if anything, it comes across as like a dark peach. Like a, yeah, it's really hard to explain. There's the darker parts and there's the lighter parts. It's actually more lighter than darker. It's really hard to tell. I think once you see it kind of made up in the video vlog, put it on your head. Put it on my head? What do I put it on my head for? Okay, it's on my head. Now what do I do? Well, it's a bit silly. What am I going to do with it on my head? But I can put it near my face, if that helps. And it gives you a look of what it'll look like on me. Like a wig. All right, Sherry. Kathy. You're worrying me today, Kathy. But there you go. Look at that. It is a simply divine colour. And it is a lot lighter once you open it up, I've noticed. You can see more of the brown when it's wrapped up, but you can see more of the peachy, orangey colour. Little bits of that red there. It's actually quite a nice look. I cannot wait to see what it'll look like. Oh, I think it's going to come up nice. Look at that. Oh, is it not gorgeous? Oh, wait till I tell Roz. She'll be so excited when I tell her. Very nice. It's very nice. I have 400 grams. So my vest has to be under 400 grams at least. Yeah. I would have voted for it. I know. Thanks, Sherry. I know you would have. But that's definitely the one we're using, hun. So definitely the one we're using. By Friday, I'll have something to show you in the Friday's video vlog. That's one to watch. I'll put the word vest in front of it, that video, or the second word on the, you know, the name of it or whatever. But yeah, it does look very pretty. Yeah, it looks great in front. Once you put it here, once you put it there, you can see that there's something about it. I just allure. It's the allure of it all. I just love it. I just love it big time. Let's get the label out the way. Oh, I just love it. I hope I can wear it and I don't get allergic to it. Doesn't matter because once again, it's a vest, so I'll probably have a t-shirt under there or a blouse with a collar even. I don't know. I don't want to go over the front because I want the front to show nicely. Can't wait to see it. I know. I'll have a little bits of it to show you on the video vlog this Friday. And the reason I know that's because I've already worked on the pattern using this yarn, which is not in here at the moment, but I don't want to show you on that yarn either because once again, someone did say it depends on the yarn, how it's going to sit on you. And that yarn there, I found the vest was quite stiff, like a board, which is nice when you're wearing certain vests. But I want my vest to be nice and soft and subtle. So this is, I'm glad you guys chose this. I'm really glad. It's been in my stash for so long. And I kept saying I'll use it for something because I was going to order. Actually, I think I did get brown yarn from her. I think I did order the brown. I'll still buy the brown. I'll still purchase it. I ordered brown. I did specifically for this. And we were going to do a two-toned cardigan or something. I was going to do it for myself. Wasn't really going to do it on the channel. But now that I'm going to be getting the brown. Well, we'll use the brown for something else. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll use it for something else. I'm going to make mine long. That's okay. I will give you the option. You know what? I still haven't, like I said, I still haven't designed it yet. I have designed it, but I still haven't made it with this color yet. So I could probably, make the down to the hip length one instead of the waist. Let me stew over it. I just don't want to take too long for you guys so that you're not waiting too long for the vest. Let me stew over it a bit. Yeah, let me see how quickly I can get one front done, and then I'll be able to tell you how long we can be before we'll get it up and running. So yeah, we'll see. Let me play with it. Don't quote me on it. If I find it takes too long to create from top down to the hip, because I want to create for you guys so that you can start your vest. Yeah, you want to be able to start your vest. You don't want to have to miss out. Yeah, so you want to be able to start your vest. So if I hold out too long, it takes too long for me to make. It's going to take too long for me to get the pattern to you guys. So just bear with me a week or so. But this Friday, definitely, you will see one front. I reckon I'll get it done. It only took me a few days to do the front with this one. Mind you, I did work on it for those 2 days. My nights were like this. My hands were really sore at the end of the night. But I'm not doing it that rushed with this because this is the original one. And if you didn't know this, guys, I do play with things. It takes me hours and hours to play with a pattern. Hours and hours. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. And so that's pretty much what I did with that particular colour. But now that we've chosen this, I was hoping you'd choose this colour because I have half of it still there. But I'm going to take it undone now. I'm not going to bother with it. I'll use it for something else. But we are definitely going to make this one. I cannot wait to use this yarn. I'm really very excited about it. So excited. All right. In the meantime, let's talk about the wreath itself. I'm looking down there because that's where it is, but I don't need to pick it up. You've seen it. The wreath itself, we are up to date until obviously the Easter egg one. I think I might just do that this week at some stage and put the tutorial up one day next week. Don't quote me on the date. It'll just go up when it's ready, yeah? I'm not going to bother. We're not going to do a light yarn antics and anything for it. It's pointless at this stage. The next Saturday, however, we're doing a yarn antics for something I'm going to sell at Pipeworks, but it's going to be a project on the channel that I think you're going to find different. It's still, I'll put it this way. No, I won't tell you what it is because it's more fun when it's a surprise. It's still something we've created before, but it's made different. I do those things, don't I? I don't just make basic. The only basic you're going to see at the moment is the vest. And that, when I say basic, the way I've made it, it still looks different. So anyway, that's me. All right, so let's talk about the fact that we're going to do the Easter egg, not this week, probably next week. But it will come eventually. You'll see it'll go up when it just goes up. Yeah, I won't plan it. It'll just go up, right? In fact, probably when I do the Easter egg would be the day that we put all the items on the actual piece, I think, on this, right? Now, I was going to do this on Monday, but I'm not going to now because I'm going to wait until we do the Easter egg. And Monday, we're going to get the crown out now since I'm behind. But at least you know it's done, yeah? So that's definitely going up Monday. And recorded and edited. I'll just change that one sentence, one line. It's just one sentence on the camera, really. So I just add it in. It might look a tiny little bit different with the lighting because it depends on what time I recorded that one. But you won't tell. It'll just look like I've gone straight on, yeah? I make it blend in, so it's very similar. I watched the video to a T. I get right close up to the video and it says, now what we're going to do. So I pause it there and then I say, now what we're going to do, and I just carry it on. So I've done that many times in my videos where I've changed things a day later, and I've done that and no one's ever noticed. But today I'm telling you, you will see the chain when you're ready to do this last row, which is the last row. When you get to the first corner that you're going to do, that's where the change is. Tell me if you notice a difference. I'll be curious if anyone notices. Anyway, because I do a lot and no one notices. But anyway, so definitely the crown on Monday. When we do the Easter egg, we'll put them all together. So we'll put this all together next week. We'll just put it all aside, leave it for next week. I do want to get my pattern writing done on Tuesday. I don't want to do anything else but pattern writing on Tuesday. That's it. That's the plan. That's the way it's going. We will do the live on Wednesday like normal. And on Thursday, we're definitely going to get rid of that lining of the bag. It's just driving me nuts. It's going to be hand sewn to the bag. With the bag, I'm thinking of adding a little button in front with a little flap. So once the lining is done, you can have a little closure. We're not going to worry about zips for it. It's going to take too long. I'm not going to worry about that right now. And on Friday, we're going to do our vlog for the vest. So you'll get an opportunity to see the vest and what it looks like. Yeah. Or not, you won't see the whole vest. You'll just see parts of it. So you'll say, oh, okay, is that how it's done? It's so basic and yet so effective. Yeah. It's like anything when you look at it one way, you think, oh, so boring. But if you were to face it another way, put on another angle, put it on crisscross, put it on an angle, put it on a slant or whatever, all of a sudden it makes a different look. And you think, oh, wait a minute, that's just perfect. Or, boring. It just depends on who you are and what you like. But the front will have a kind of a ribbed edge. And I haven't decided yet whether to do our basic ribbing that we've always done. It's not a basic ribbing. It's actually a more difficult ribbing. Or whether to do the double crochet front post, back post, or the half double crochet front post, back post. Now, we can talk about that closer to the date, but I will do both of them for mine, just to have a look at them and see what the difference is in the amount of yarn you will need for your vest when we decide which one we're going to do. Yeah. So we can actually decide that on Wednesday. Once I know the amounts of yarn, oh no, we'll have to leave it till Friday because you won't know the picture. Let's just leave the video vlog till Friday, and then on Saturday we can talk about the yarn amounts. Or in the video vlog, I could tell you if you want this border, that's better. If you want this border, this is the yarn amounts you'll need. If you want that border, this is the yarn amounts you will need. But I haven't decided which border we're going to make yet. So just bear with me. It's all a matter of playing with it and seeing what it looks like on first before I think, oh, I don't like that border. I thought I would, but I don't. It's like anything. You make something, you think you're going to like it, and then you say, oh, that's it? What was I thinking? I'm going to have a drink. Cheers, everyone. And you think, what was I thinking making that when that border is not what I wanted? So I'm going to make sure I'm happy with it before I even give you any information. I think that's a good idea. So by this Friday, I will know. That's it. Easy? Yes? Now, I've taken Roz's yarn undone. I'm going to put it over here because I don't want to move it out of place. I want to be able to wind it all up later and pop it up on the winding thing and break my hand kind of thing. I'm not going to break my hand. I can't do that. I need it. I need them. When I fall over, I raise my arms so I can break a hip or a neck or a back, but I don't break my hands. That's terrible. It's terrible thinking. But in reality, it's the truth. Don't touch my hands. I'm going to get them insured. I should get them insured. What do you reckon, guys? Shall I get them insured? No one will insure them now. They'll say, no, you're worth too much now. But I'm not really. I'm really quite broke. That's why I charge so much, because I'm broke. That's not true. That's not true. I am broke. That's not why I charge. I charge that much because my daughter does the pricing. I don't know how to charge. But there you go. I do know how to do it. I'm lazy when it comes to numbers. I don't like numbers. I look at a number and think, get away from me, you ugly thing. You. But we need them. We need the numbers for our craft, don't we? We do need numbers for our craft. We don't need it for some parts of our craft. If someone says, I need a blanket roughly these measurements, when they say roughly, they're happy to give or take 5 centimeters or 2 centimeters, yeah? But, excuse me, but if they're not worried about numbers, better. Make one roughly 2 meters by 2 meters or roughly 4 meters by 4 meters. Love the nails. I love the nails, yes. They're a little bit overdue. They need a replacing. What are replacing? They're my nails. They're my own nails. But I do put the not the shellac, the other one, SNS on it, just to stop them from breaking because they're not strong. But they actually my own nails. They put the SNS on your nails, so that makes them nice and strong. Yeah. And it's the only, how to explain it? I call it pampering, but it's not really pampering for me because if I wasn't teaching on YouTube, I would not do nails. I wouldn't do them. I don't do pampering. I cut my own hair. I do. I cut my own hair. I just put it in front and I go like this. Chip, chip, chip. Get it all, bring it down, pull it like this, and give it all a snip. Cut my own fringe. That's why it's crooked. I don't go to the hairdressers. I don't go. I just don't like them. Auntie T says, ciao everyone, time for lunch. Catch up next time and have a good week. Thank you very much. Enjoy your calamari, you naughty girl. Cooking the calamari without me. But you have to, otherwise the fish goes off in the freezer. You can't keep it there for too long. I cut my own hair too. I know, right, Melody? I don't understand why we need to spend $200 going to a hairdresser. Cannot believe how much they charge. I take one look at me and think, wow, what can we charge this old lady? So I don't go to the hairdressers now. I do my own hair. You can tell because it's never straight. I mean, look at that. Let's bring it all out. It's never straight. It's it's crooked. But I don't care. It gives it style and finesse and pizzazz and all those words that I can't think of right now. No, but I do go to get my nails done because they're the things that you guys see. You don't always see my face, which is you do on the lives. I don't do anything to my face. Put eyeliner. There's mascara and eyeliner, a little bit of blush. Otherwise, I don't do anything else. I haven't got the time. My time is more valuable doing something else, like crocheting a vest. So, let's see how fancy I can get again when I put my glasses on and I talk like this. No, I can't do fancy, guys. You'll have to settle for what I am. Sorry. Sorry. Hate to disappoint. All right, guys, what I'm going to do, I am going to head off as well. I look good with glasses, eh? Is that right? Makes me look smarter. Hair colour costs an arm and a leg. I do my own hair dye, Fluffy. I do it by myself. And you can tell that too because I forget to do the back underneath the back, right? So when I turn around, there's this massive grey patch. Not that I'm grey. Sitting right there. Everywhere else is fine. But I do it every 3 weeks now, just under there because I can't get rid of the other colour that's under there. You like my glasses? I know. It cost me an arm and a leg. And you know why? Because I have a nose issue where I think I did break it when I was young. I was playing on this thing that my dad told me to get off and I didn't listen. And I fell on it and smashed my nose. So I never got it repaired and I'm in a lot of pain with heavy weighted glasses. So I had to get the lightest weight I could get and it still hurts. I think it's more sinus than anything. The whole right side of my face hurts when I wear glasses for too long. So I do tend to take them off. We're going to make those little, the straps for them on the channel one day. We're going to make the straps. I just got new ones myself. Yeah, these ones cost me an arm and a leg. I'd never do it again because it didn't make a difference because I'm still in pain because that's not repaired. The nose wasn't repaired and the sinus on it as well, all around the right side of the eye, the right side of the nose was where it was broken. And so I never got that fixed. And I'm guessing it was broken because when I fell when I was young, ever since then I've had trouble with it. So I'm just guessing. So there you go. All right, what can I say? I think that's it, guys. I think we're heading off, but I do want to let you know, don't forget the crown will be going up Monday now instead of Friday, which should have, and I've just took too long to edit it. And mind you, when I was editing, I had the laptop on my knees and I kept falling asleep and I fell asleep with a laptop on my knees on the couch. So if that had fallen and smashed, I would have been very upset with myself. But it didn't, lucky. So I never finished it. I finished editing it. I just wanted to rewatch it and then add the music. I always do that last. But now that I haven't put it up and I don't have to fuss too much with it, I might just redo that one sentence right at the very end where the crown I messed up here. And you can see it. The first part, not there. Where's the front of it? There. The first part was one stitch lower than that one. That one's on the fourth last stitch and that one's on the third. So you can see the error. So I'll just fix that up. Once I've fixed it up, we can get a better photo now. And I can get that up for you on Monday. All right. So Tuesday's pattern writing. I don't do any crocheting on Tuesday. Wednesday is the live. Thursday, lining of the bag. Friday's a video vlog for our gorgeous new information that you might need for this gorgeous new vest using the passion flower yarn cord flowering gum. So if you are interested in purchasing that, just remember I haven't got the sizes and the measurements yet, so that won't happen till Friday. So don't forget to watch that video vlog on Friday. Very, very informative video vlog. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Mary. This is Wild Crochet Designs, and I will see everyone on Wednesday. Ciao for now. Try to be good. Bye. Try to be good. Try to be good now.